tactics I use to study anatomy. First of all, you should have your atlas. Don't study any aspect of the body without your atlas, because you are not a, yes, we have the creative mind, can imagine things, but your imagination is not going to help you know what the reality is. So as you're reading, the nerve follows this course, the artery follows this course, the kidney is located here and has this dimension and all those details. You need your atlas to check out those things. So the atlas is what is going to help the information to stick. So don't read anatomy without your atlas. Make sure you pay attention to your atlas. So most times what I do is I have my atlas and I have my textbook with me. When I started, I used Last Anatomy. Last Anatomy was the anatomy textbook that I used. It was quite tough initially when I started, because you're reading one line and you're trying to digest it first before you even open atlas. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. It has so many details in one sentence. You're trying to digest each word and look them up in the atlas. But what made it easier for me is that I had my atlas with me. So as I read it, I go to my atlas. And that makes my employed is that I try to read through first before I come back to pay attention to every single detail. Most times we want to understand every single word when we are reading before we go to the next word. Meanwhile, the understanding of that particular word is dependent on, or it's better understood after you've read the next line. Okay, as you're reading down those information, there might be an explanation from that lower segment that would give you a better understanding of the upper segment. So basically what I do first is to read through as though I'm reading a novel. I try to read through first to get acquainted with the words, be conversant with the words, understand the idea, know exactly the major points to highlight from there. Then afterwards, I would come back to pay attention to every word to understand it. So you can do likewise. Once you start reading, let's say the upper limb, and then the first segment, maybe you're trying to read the hand, right? You're trying to read the hand. Now you can just take out 30 minutes, read through as though you're reading a novel. Just read through. Let's just be that you have an overview of what that particular segment is talking about. Just read through. After reading through, then come back, read again with your atlas. So that way it's going to be easy for you. You've already seen this word before. The brain has a way of just storing those information in as much as you're reading it as a novel the first time. But there are some information that you're picking. I saw this thing at the lower segment. Let me go and check it there. What did it say? Then you come back and continue because you've been exposed to everything on that particular topic. So that is the best way. That's one of the ways. That's one of the mechanisms I employ when I'm studying anatomy. Then at some point I also had to use Cherusia. At some point, last anatomy was a bit difficult, so I had to use Cherusia because Cherusia is more it gives you the points. Okay, it gives you the points and highlights it better than last anatomy does. Then Ketmo as well is, that one is explanatory. Okay, it has atlas in it too. It explains better than last anatomy. It uses a layman word. It breaks it down more than last anatomy. So at some point I would go and check those other texts and then come back and continue last. But last was the foundation of my anatomy, was a major textbook I used in studying anatomy with my Frank Nathan's atlas. So I think you can employ these things and to help you to study anatomy better. I'll see you in the next video.